The stellar Voyager drifted silently through the darkness of deep space, its massive solar sails gleaming under the light of distant stars. Captain Rayna Patul stood at the observation deck, her dark eyes fixed on the mysterious signal source that had brought humanity's first deep space vessel to this remote corner of the galaxy. "Status report," she commanded, her voice steady despite the tension coursing through her body. Lieutenant James O'Connor's fingers danced across his console. "Signal's getting stronger, Captain. Whatever it is, it's definitely artificial. No known match in our database. First contact." The words hung unspoken in the recycled air of the bridge. After centuries of wondering if we were alone in the universe, humanity was about to get its answer. "Commander Zhao, bring us in closer, but maintain safe distance protocols," Rayna ordered. The massive ship responded smoothly to the helmsman's touch, edging closer to the source of the mysterious beacon. The signal had appeared 3 months ago, broadcasting on frequencies that shouldn't have been possible according to Earth's understanding of physics. The United Earth Coalition had scrambled to launch humanity's first deep space mission ahead of schedule, desperate to make contact before the signal disappeared. The bridge crew worked in focused silence, broken only by the soft beeping of instruments and the occasional status update. Dr. Viktor Petrov, the mission's chief xenobiologist, hunched over his station, muttering excitedly in Russian as he analyzed the incoming data. Suddenly, multiple alarms blared across the bridge. "Energy spike," Lieutenant O'Connor shouted, massive power readings coming from. Before he could finish, a brilliant purple light engulfed the stellar Voyager. When it faded, 3 enormous vessels had materialized around them, their obsidian hulls seeming to drink in the starlight. "By all the gods," Commander Zhao whispered. The alien ships dwarfed the stellar Voyager, their organic-looking design unlike anything humanity had ever conceived. As the crew watched in stunned silence, the ships moved with impossible grace, forming a triangle around them. "Captain," Dr. Petrov called out, his voice shaking, "we're being scanned. These readings, they're not just looking at our ship, they're analyzing our biology." Rayna straightened her uniform. "Open all frequencies. Let's introduce ourselves properly." She cleared her throat. "This is Captain Rayna Patul of the United Earth vessel Stellar Voyager. We come in peace as representatives of humanity." The response came not in words but in images and sensations projected directly into their minds. Hunting grounds, prey, sport. The alien consciousness regarded them with a mixture of curiosity and contempt, like a cat studying a mouse. Horror dawned on Dr. Petrov's face as he interpreted the alien thoughts. "Captain, they're not interested in diplomatic contact. They're hunters. They see us as game." A new sensation flooded their minds. Anticipation. The hunt was about to begin. "Battle stations," Rayna commanded. But it was too late. Purple energy lanced out from the alien vessels, not to destroy but to disable. The stellar Voyager systems went dark one by one. As emergency power flickered on, Rayna grabbed the ship-wide comm. "All hands, prepare for boarding. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill." Through the observation windows, they watched a smaller craft emerge from the alien vessels, heading toward their hull. Lieutenant O'Connor worked frantically at his station, trying to restore weapons and shields. "Listen to me," Rayna addressed her crew, her voice hard with determination. "Whatever happens next, remember this. We are not prey. We are human beings, and we will not go quietly into the night. Prepare to defend yourselves by any means necessary." The first impacts against the hull echoed through the ship like thunder. The hunt had begun, but these aliens were about to learn that humanity wouldn't be such easy prey after all. As cutting torches began to burn through the hull, Rayna thought of Earth, blissfully unaware of what was coming. She made a silent vow. Whether she survived this day or not, she would ensure that humanity was warned. The galaxy was not the peaceful place they had hoped for, and humans would need to adapt quickly if they wanted to survive. The first hull breach alarm sounded, and the hunt for humanity's first deep space crew began in earnest. But in choosing humans as their prey, these alien hunters had made a fatal mistake. They were about to learn that sometimes the prey bites back. The video footage from the stellar Voyager's final transmission spread across Earth like wildfire. Governments scrambled to respond, but the alien hunters were already moving. Within days, reports came in from colonies across the solar system. On Mars Base 1, Dr. Kenzo Tanaka watched the security feeds with growing dread. 3 alien ships had appeared in orbit, their dark hulls blocking out the stars. "Initiate Protocol Omega," he ordered, sending the base into full lockdown. 5,000 colonists prepared for the worst. The hunters, calling themselves the Nyx, had expected an easy conquest. Their initial assault on Mars Base 1 proved otherwise. The colonists had transformed their mining equipment into makeshift weapons. Industrial lasers cut through Nyx boarding parties. Maintenance robots became mobile gun platforms. They're advancing through Section 7. A security officer reported. Kenzo nodded grimly, activating the emergency ventilation protocols. The toxic Martian atmosphere rushed in, killing the unprotected hunters instantly. Their advanced technology meant nothing without proper adaptation to the hostile environment. But the Nyx learned quickly. Their second wave came prepared for Mars's atmosphere. They breached the lower levels, hunting colonists through maintenance tunnels and hydroponics bays. Yet each group of humans they cornered fought with unexpected ferocity. Morgan Chang, a maintenance engineer, led a group of survivors through the base's waste recycling system. "They may have better weapons," she told her people, "but we know every pipe and conduit in this place." Using their knowledge of the base's infrastructure, they set traps and ambushes, proving that human ingenuity could match alien technology. The Nyx commander, Supreme Hunter Vextar, watched from orbit with growing frustration. These humans were supposed to be primitive prey, yet they adapted and improvised with remarkable speed. Each victory cost his hunters dearly. On Earth, the United Defense Council gathered in their underground bunker. Admiral Helena Rossi slammed her fist on the table. "We need to coordinate our defenses. Mars is just the beginning." She was right. The Nyx attacks spread across the solar system. Luna City, the Europa Research Station, the mining outposts in the asteroid belt. Each human settlement faced the hunters' onslaught. But each also demonstrated humanity's greatest strength, the ability to adapt and overcome. Back on Mars, Kenzo's people had turned the tide. They lured Nyx hunting parties into pressurized chambers, then explosively decompressed them. They reprogrammed mining drones to target the aliens' sophisticated battle armor. Every failure made the hunters more determined, but also more cautious. "They're pulling back," Morgan reported, watching the Nyx ships retreat from Mars orbit. "We've shown them we're not easy targets." But Kenzo knew better. "No," he said, studying the sensor readings. "They're regrouping. This was just the first wave. They're going to hit us harder next time." He was right. The Nyx hadn't given up. They were adapting too. Their next attacks would be more strategic, more devastating. The real war was just beginning. On Earth, Admiral Rossi received reports from across the solar system. The hunters had underestimated humanity, but they wouldn't make that mistake again. Humanity needed to prepare for a longer, harder fight. "Send word to all colonies," she ordered. "Share everything we've learned about their tactics, their technology. We may be scattered across the solar system, but we'll fight as one." As the message went out, the Nyx fleet regrouped near Saturn. Supreme Hunter Vextar had lost many of his best hunters to these supposedly primitive humans. Their resistance was unprecedented in the Nyx's long history of hunting lesser species. "These humans," he communicated to his warriors, "have proven themselves worthy prey. But they have also signed their death warrant. No species that has wounded Nyx pride has ever survived." Little did Vextar know, humanity was far from finished. In secret laboratories across Earth and Mars, Scientists were already studying captured Nix technology. Every encounter, every skirmish provided new data, new opportunities to learn and adapt. The hunt had begun, but the hunters were about to learn that their chosen prey had teeth of their own. And humanity's bite would prove far deadlier than anyone expected. General Amara Singh paced the underground war room beneath the Himalayas, studying holographic displays of human settlements across the solar system. 6 months had passed since the Nix began their hunt, and humanity had learned to fight back. Project Phoenix is ready, Dr. Wei announced, pulling up schematics of humanity's newest weapon. They had reverse-engineered Nix technology, combining it with human innovation. The result: stealth suits that could match the hunter's cloaking abilities. Across the solar system, human resistance grew stronger. The mining colonies of Ceres had developed electromagnetic pulse weapons that could disable Nix armor. Europa's underwater cities used the ice moon's intense pressure as a weapon, creating devastating pressure differentials that crushed hunter vessels. Supreme Hunter Vextar felt his first twinge of genuine concern. His latest hunting party had vanished near Jupiter's atmosphere, where humans had weaponized the gas giant's storms. Another group was outsmarted by children in a lunar school, who used their knowledge of low-gravity physics to devastating effect. "Deploy the Phantom teams," General Singh ordered. The first human counter-offensive began. Special forces wearing the new stealth suits infiltrated Nix vessels. They didn't just fight. They studied, learned, and adapted. Lieutenant Raj Sharma led one such team aboard a Nix mothership. "Their technology isn't just advanced," he reported back. "It's specialized for hunting. But that makes it predictable." The hunters had never needed to defend themselves before. Their arrogance was becoming their weakness. On Mars, Kenzo's people had turned their entire base into a trap. When the next Nix assault came, they were ready. Automated defense systems predicted hunter movements. Terraforming equipment became environmental weapons. The hunters found themselves being hunted. Morgan Chung, now leading Mars defense, sprung the final trap. As Nix forces pushed deep into the base, she activated the atmospheric processors. The sudden pressure change disoriented the hunters long enough for human forces to strike. The entire hunting party was captured or eliminated. The Nix Council of Supreme Hunters convened for the first time in centuries. These humans weren't just surviving. They were learning, adapting, evolving their tactics faster than any species they'd encountered. Back on Earth, Dr. Wei made another breakthrough. "We've cracked their biomechanical interfaces," she told General Singh. "We can now hack their hunting gear, turn their own technology against them." The tide was turning. Human colonies began coordinating their defenses. When hunters attacked one settlement, they faced strategies developed from every previous encounter. The prey was becoming predator. Vextar watched his empire's grip on the solar system weaken. His hunters were dying or retreating. Worse, they were losing their confidence. For the first time in Nix history, they knew fear. "We underestimated them," he admitted to his council. "These humans, they don't just survive. They thrive on challenge. Each attack makes them stronger." General Singh received the reports with grim satisfaction. Project Phoenix had exceeded expectations. Human forces were now capable of detecting, engaging, and defeating Nix hunting parties. But she knew better than to celebrate too early. "Prepare the next phase," she ordered. "It's time we took the fight to them." As her words echoed through the war room, humanity's first offensive fleet assembled in orbit. They had learned from every encounter, adapted every piece of captured technology. Now they were ready to show the galaxy that humans weren't just survivors. They were warriors, and the hunt was about to change dramatically. Operation Nemesis began under the cover of Saturn's rings. Earth's stealth fleet, led by Admiral Rossi aboard the ESS Retribution, prepared for humanity's boldest move yet, an assault on the Nix homeworld. Lieutenant Raj Sharma's infiltration team had discovered its location in the Nix database, a planet orbiting a red dwarf star, shielded from detection by advanced technology. The hunter's sanctuary had never been threatened, until now. All ships, execute jump sequence, Admiral Rossi commanded. The fleet vanished into fold space using modified Nix technology. When they emerged, a dark world loomed before them, its surface covered in sprawling metallic structures. Dr. Wei's voice crackled over the comm. Their planetary defenses are formidable, but they've never been tested. They rely on fear of the Nix to protect them. The human fleet struck like lightning. Electromagnetic pulses disabled the orbital platforms before they could respond. Ground-based weapons, designed to launch hunting parties, proved ineffective against Earth's hybrid shields. On the surface, panic spread through the Nix population. Their ruling council struggled to comprehend the impossible, prey attacking predators' den. Supreme Hunter Vextar watched in horror as human dropships breached the atmosphere. General Singh led the ground assault personally. Her troops moved with precision, born from months of fighting the hunters. They didn't seek extermination. They sought submission. Your people have hunted sentient beings for sport, she broadcast across the planet. That ends today. Humanity offers you one chance to surrender and face justice under galactic law. The Nix response was predictable. They fought back. But for the first time in their history, they fought defensively, and they fought poorly. Their weapons, their tactics, their very culture was built around hunting. They had no doctrine for defending their home. Morgan Chang, commanding the ESF Phoenix, targeted their command centers with surgical precision. Multiple signatures retreating underground, she reported. They're falling back to their sacred hunting grounds. These underground complexes, where the Nix had displayed trophies from countless hunts, became their last refuge. But human forces had trained for this in the tunnels of Mars and the ice caves of Europa. Vextar made his final stand in the Hall of Victories. You cannot do this, he raged as human forces surrounded him. We are the supreme hunters of the galaxy. No, General Singh replied, her stealth suit deactivating as she stepped forward. You're just bullies who never faced real resistance. Humanity doesn't want to destroy you, but we will if you force us to. The fall of the Nix homeworld sent shockwaves through the galaxy. Other species, long terrorized by the hunters, emerged from hiding. They found a new protector in humanity, a species that had not only survived the hunt, but conquered the hunters. Admiral Rossi stood before the hastily assembled Galactic Council, her uniform bearing the scars of battle. Earth will ensure the Nix never hunt another species, she declared. But more importantly, we serve notice to the galaxy. Humanity will not be prey. We will defend ourselves and any other species threatened by those who would abuse their power. As the human fleet prepared to return home, Dr. Wei made a final inspection of the Nix archives. Their technology will help us explore the stars, she noted, but their defeat taught us something more valuable. There's no predator more dangerous than prey that learns to fight back. A decade after Operation Nemesis, Earth had become the center of a new galactic order. The former Nix homeworld, now transformed into an interspecies cooperation center, hosted representatives from 100 worlds seeking humanity's protection and guidance. Dr. Wei studied the holographic display showing the reformed Nix society. Under careful supervision, they had begun channeling their hunting instincts into exploration and scientific research. Many now served alongside humans as scouts and peacekeepers. The galaxy needs balance, Admiral Rossi explained to the Galactic Council. Not predator versus prey, but mutual respect and cooperation. The council chamber, once dominated by fear, now buzzed with hope and possibility. Vextar, stripped of his title, but not his dignity, worked with General Singh to identify and protect vulnerable species. We were wrong, he admitted during a joint expedition. True strength lies not in domination, but in lifting others up. Morgan Chang led the new Galactic Defense Force, a coalition of species trained to protect the weak from the strong. Her mixed species crews demonstrated that former predators and prey could work together, creating something stronger than either could achieve alone. Lieutenant Sharma's infiltration techniques became the foundation for a new diplomatic course. They didn't just prevent conflicts, they fostered understanding between drastically different species. The skills that once helped humanity survive now helped forge alliances. On Mars, Kenzo's research facility trained the next generation of explorers. Human and alien students learned from each other, combining diverse perspectives to solve universal challenges. The base's tunnels, once battlefield corridors, echoed with voices speaking dozens of languages. Earth's colonies expanded rapidly, but not through conquest. They grew through cooperation and mutual benefit. The technology that had made the Nix fearsome hunters now powered ships of exploration and discovery. We could have chosen vengeance, General Singh reflected during the 10th anniversary of the Nix surrender. Instead, we chose to transform our greatest threat into our strongest allies. A new signal reached Earth's sensors, similar to the one that had first drawn the stellar Voyager into space. But this time, humanity didn't face it alone. A fleet of ships, human, reformed Nix, and a dozen other species, prepared for first contact. Admiral Rossi, her hair now gray but her spirit undiminished, took command of the mission. "We go not as predators or prey," she declared, "but as equals, ready to welcome new friends or face new challenges together." As the joint fleet disappeared into fold space, Dr. White activated a memorial to those lost in the Nix wars. Their sacrifice had led not just to victory, but to something far more precious, a future where strength meant protecting the weak, where former enemies became friends, and where the line between predator and prey had finally blurred into insignificance. The galaxy watched and learned. Humanity's greatest achievement wasn't defeating the hunters, it was teaching the hunters a better way to live.